अवज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोर्श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरकृष्णे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तिशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थे भिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 11. So in the last chapter we read about ferocious battle between Dhruva and the Yakshas. And all the Yakshas, they were first defeated by Dhruva, they ran away. But then they came back and used their yogic powers to fight and created all types of weapons, animals which were showering from the sky. So then Prahlad, he was completely covered by this. And then the sages, they blessed Dhruva, and said that just name of the Lord can remove all obstacles. So this chapter begins with Dhruva utilizing Narayanastra, which will cut off all the weapons created by the Yakshas. So 11th chapter, Maitreya Vacha, Maitreya said, निसम्य गदतामेवं ऋषीणां धनुषी ध्रुवः सन्दधे अस्त्रमुपस्पृश्य यन्नारायणनिर्मितम्. When Dhruva, he heard the blessings of the sages, then he took the weapon which was constructed by sage Narayana Rishi, and by doing Achmana, then he put this weapon on his bow. So just like when you start doing some worship or you touch something auspicious, you clean yourself, so he did the same thing. Sandhiyamanam etasmin maya guhyak nirmitaha Shikram Vineshurvidura Klesha Jnanam Yatha. So as soon as he did that, as soon as he put this arrow on his bow, then all the Maya which was created by the Yakshas, it disappeared immediately. Just as all the miseries disappear from a person when one becomes situated in transcendental knowledge. So klesha means misery or suffering, and the root cause of all suffering is ignorance, avidya. Avidya, asmita, raga, dvesh, avinivesha, panch klesha. There are 5 types of kleshas. And the first one is called avidya. So naturally when jnana manifests, jnanodaya yatha, then the kleshas are removed because the very root cause is dispelled. So in the same way, this Maya, which was created by the Yakshas, it disappeared when Lord Narayana Astra came in the hands of Dhruva. Because Maya cannot stand in front of Narayan. In Bhagavatam it is described that Maya parati vilajyamana, that feeling shy, Maya does not come in front, stands on the back side of the Lord. So similarly all this Maya which was created, it disappeared immediately. तस्यार्षशस्त्रं धनुषि प्रयुञ्जतः सुवर्णपुङ्खाकलहंसवाससः विनिश्रिता आविर्षुर्विदुषद्बलं यथा वनं भीमरवासिखण्डिनः. So when he put this weapon on his bow, then so many arrows started coming out from the bow of Dhruva Maharaj, and they were very beautiful arrows. Some of these arrows, they have feathers on them. They were golden in the front and white feathers on the side, and they were flowing towards the enemies. It appeared just like the peacocks are entering into the forest, making big sound. So like that, one after the other, the arrows started shooting from the weapon. Arshastram Rishi Narayanasya Astram. So this is the weapon of Rishi Narayana. Punkha Mool Pranta Bhaja Stri Paksha Vinishrita. And these arrows were coming from it one after another. तैस्तिग्मधारै प्रधने शिलीमुखैर् इतस्ततः पुण्यजनापद्रुताः तमभ्यधावन् कुपिता उदायुधाः सुपर्णमुन्नद्धफणायवाहयः. When these sharp arrows entered into the army of the enemy, then these Punyajana, these Yakshas, they were very much disturbed, they became very angry. And they, out of anger, they took their weapon and they ran to attack Dhruva. And this was just like if there is Garuda and he is attacked by the snakes with their raised hoods. So naturally the snakes cannot do anything to Garuda. They are only inviting their death. So similarly these people were running towards Dhruva, which is like death for them. Satan prastkaira vidhavato mridhe nikritta bahuru shiro dharodaran ninaya lokam paramarka mandalam vrajanti nirbhidyayam urdharetasah. When these people were running towards Dhruva, then he shot them with his sharp arrows, and thus their arms, thighs, heads, bellies was cut by arrows. And these people, they went beyond the Arkamandala, the sun planet, entered into Satyaloka of Brahma, the planet which is reached by those who are celibate yogis. So all these people who were killed, they went there. तान हन्यमानान विवीक्ष गुह्यकान् अनागसच्चित्ररथेन भूरिशः आप्तान पादिं कृपया पितामहो मनुर्जगादौ कुगतः सह शुद्धि. So when all these Guhyakas, Yakshas, Asuras, they were being killed by Dhruva, who was riding on a very wonderful chariot. Then his grandfather Manu, out of compassion, he appeared there along with the sages, and he spoke as follows to Dhruva. So Sri Vishnu said that Prastkair Bani Nikrit Bhavadin Tan Param Satyam Lokam Vinani, that cutting off their arms, legs, heads, etc., he sent them to Satyaloka. Yam Lokam Udhuretasa Sannyasino Arkamandalam Nirvidya Vrajanti. This is the planet which is reached by sannyasis, or the renounced people, after crossing the sun orb. So in Bhagavad Gita there are two paths which are described, one is the path of light and one is the path of darkness. So Chandrayaan and Suryayaan, those people who follow the path of light, they go beyond the sun and they don't come back. So the sannyasis also reach that place, and those who are following karmakanda activity, they come back, they go to heaven and then return again, take birth here. So Bhagavad Bhakta Hasta Mrituto Vishishta Swargina Te Babhu. Because these people were being killed by the hand of a devotee, they were attaining a special place in the heaven, that is Satyaloka. Abrahma Bhuvna Loka Punaravartin Arjuna iti Sri Gita Okte Avartishante. But they will come back, because Satyaloka is also a place of return, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Natu sannyasi sahacharyena tesam muktir vyakya. It should not be explained that because they are going to this Satyaloka where sannyasis are reaching, and sannyasis become liberated along with Brahma. So it says that these people will not get liberated. It is not proper to explain that they will get liberated. And he gives a reason. He says, Swam Bhagwantam Sri Krishnam Vina Sangram Mritanam Kal Naimyadinam Avtarantrebhyopi Moksha Adarshana. The principle is that only those people who are killed by Krishna in the battlefield, they become liberated. Anyone else killed even by any other avtara does not become liberated. As Kalnemi was killed by Vishnu, and then he was born as Kamsa. So Krishna has the special attribute which is called Hatari Gati Dayaka. Usually people think that if anyone is killed by Vishnu, then he becomes liberated, but that's not true. It's only when one is killed by Krishna then he is killed. He is liberated. So similarly these people, they were killed by Dhruva, they didn't become liberated, but they attained the highest heaven in this universe, that is Satyaloka. And in Satyaloka there are two types of people who go. Those who attain Krama Mukti or gradual liberation, and those who go there because of their pious activity, but they will come back. So these sannyasis and others who attain Krama Mukti, they go and live there, and when Brahma's lifespan is over, then they become liberated. Till that time they live in Satyaloka. Others, they have to take birth. So Dhruva was very angry, and out of his anger, he killed many of these poor people unnecessarily. So now his grandfather appeared there. So that's why one should have some senior people in the family who can give guidance. Right? These days people don't want to listen to anybody. So there is no guidance in the society. But previously, those who are senior by age, senior by knowledge, senior by position, they were respected. They were called Vriddha. Nasa sabhayatra nasanti Vriddha. That is not considered as an assembly where there are no Vriddha or senior people. And Vriddhanate yena vadanti satyam. And those who do not speak the truth are not considered as senior, even if they look like senior. So, Manu, he appeared there to stop Dhruva, because Dhruva is not going to listen to anyone else. So he said that Alam vatsati roshena tamodvarena papmana yena punyajanene tan navadhis pamanagasaha. He said, my dear boy, enough with this anger, stop. This anger is the door to hell. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that there are 3 gates to hell. Kama, Krodha, Stabha, Lobha, Tasmat Ekatrayam Kali. Trivadhar Narkassedam Dwaramahu Nashnam Atma. There are 3 entrances to hell. Kama, Krodha and Lobha. And they destroy one's life. Therefore these 3 should be given up. So in Ayurveda there are various types of Vedas which are described. So there are Dharaniya Vega and Adharaniya Vegas. There are some Vega pushings which you should control, and there are some which you should not control. Like if you are hungry, you eat. If you want to go to toilet, go. These are the Vegas which you should not hold. If you are thirsty, drink water. But if you are angry, then don't act on it. Because this is the gate to hell. So that's what he's saying, that tamodvarena papmana. And this is the cause of sin. Because when a person becomes angry, then one loses intelligence. Krodhat bhavati sammohat, sammohat smriti vidhana. Smriti bhansad buddhi nasa, buddhi nasa paramsati. So, when one loses one's intelligence out of anger, then one does improper act, sinful activity. And that is the cause of destruction. So usually a devotee does not become angry improperly. But if that is happening, then there must be some higher reason behind it. Because Dhruva is not an ordinary person that is just getting angry. He is a great devotee who saw the Lord when he was 5-year-old. So his anger also must have some meaning. And probably meaning was also to teach lesson to these people. But now he went out of limits. He killed so many of them. So therefore, Maharaj has to come and stop him. But stop now. You have killed many of them. So if he says that why are you stopping me? They are offenders and I am a king, it's my duty to punish the criminal. Because they have killed his brother, Uttam. That's why he got angry. So Manu says that this offense or crime was performed by one of them, not all of them, and you are punishing everybody. So that is not proper. Therefore he says, Avadhi Tam Anadasa, that you are killing the innocent ones. So that is not good. Says, Nasmat kulochitam tata karme tat sadvigarhitam vadhoyadupadevanam arabdheste kritenas sam. Says that, my dear boy, this is not appropriate for our dynasty, our family. Because you are coming in a very nice family, from Brahma to Manu to Tanpal. So don't destroy the dharma of Kula. As Arjuna was saying in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that Kula dharma will be destroyed and the union of course polluted. So he is also reminding. So previously in India it was very important to know one's dynasty, family. That's one of the reasons that in Puranas they are always talking about the dynasty. One may wonder why they are always saying, if you read 9th canto especially, there's a big list of kings, who was whose son, and then his son was this and his son was this, and here also we are reading the same thing. One of the characteristic of Purana is to describe one's charit. So the reason for this is so that we can associate and understand in which Vansa or dynasty we are coming, and then we get some kind of sattvic pride that I come in this great dynasty and therefore I cannot act something which is against the principles of my family, my dynasty. So this was one way of keeping people pious and religious. When you don't identify with any great people, then you are also not bothered that what act you perform and how it will reflect, because you don't identify with anyone. So this was the benefit of identifying. So everybody came in a particular Gotra, Vasishtha Gotra, Garva Gotra, Kashyap. That's why you see these surnames in India. So this was to give them a nice feeling. And then you read about your forefathers, who was Vasishtha, who was Chaman, who was Kashyap, who was Atri. So now also you find people saying Atreya and the Gotra family name, and Bhardwaj, and Gautam. They are all great sages. So he said that this is not appropriate. Your behavior is not appropriate to our family, and it is despicable. Karma etat sadvidati. Saintly people, holy people, they do not praise this. They criticize. What is that? Vadho yad updevanam arabhriste. That you have started this big battle, killing unnecessarily these updevas, these people who are yakshas and punyajanas, who have not done any crime. So why are you punishing them? ननु एकस्य अपराधेन प्रसंगाद बहवो हताः Bhaturvadami tattene tvayanga bhatrivatsalah. He says, indeed, because of the offense of one person, you have killed many people. So this is how you get karma by association. If you associate with the wrong people, if you are born in a particular family, you also get some karma. So just because they are yakshas, they are getting killed. Many times it happens that a particular person belonging to a particular clan or religion or caste does something very criminal, then people of his clan are attacked by others. Now, this person who is being attacked, he is innocent, he has not done anything. People do that, they take revenge. So he is doing the same. That it is one yaksha who committed an offense, so he should go and search for him and punish him, kill him, whatever you want to do, or what about others? So we have killed so many of them. So he says that Bhratru Vadavitatyana, because you are upset at the death of your brother. And that is because you have great affection for your brother. So this family affection can also lead to problems like this. His affection should be to God. And now he is being affectionate to his brother. And brother is killed by Yaksha. And first he should find out, maybe this brother has also offended him. Probably he was also very proud, thinking, I am the brother of Dhruva. And who is this Yaksha? This is what happened, that he went for a picnic in the forest. And he met these Yakshas, and they had also come there with their wives. So he started picking up quarrel with them. So Yakshas are very powerful. They are the Pahadi people, mountain people, strong. So they threw one stone on his head, killed him. So now Dhruva should find out whether Yaksha who killed him was right or his brother was right, instead of just getting angry and attacking him. So this type of affection is not proper. If you are a king and you are powerful, then it does not mean that you take the law in your hand and kill anybody, and especially killing so many people. So Manu says that this is not proper for you. You are not setting a good standard. So Nanu Nishchitam ekasya tvad bhatri hantu yakshasya aparadhena tatsangat tatsanghetor ityarth. So he says, yes, it's a fact, I accept that one yaksha has committed an offense, but don't kill others for that. Nayam margo hi sadhunam rishikeshanuvartinam yadatmanam paragriya pashuvarbhuta vaishasham. So Manu is advising him that this path which you have followed, it is not appropriate for devotees. Those who are following Lord Krishna, Rishikesh and Vartinam, then they are not people who get angry because of bodily relation. So this is just like animals, Pashuvat. Animals are in bodily concept of life, but you are not like that. So you are doing this killing, this murder, considering your body as yourself. So now he speaks a little bit of philosophy. He says the body is killed, soul is not killed. So how come you are identifying with the body? Vyavaharik sneha parvasyam bhaktanam anuchitam kim punastena parahisa. So it is improper for devotees to have material affection. Even if they have their family members' blessings, then their affection should not be from materialistic point of view. There is very interesting statement made by Sri Sanatana Goswami in Brihad Bhagavatam in relationship to Kunti. Because Kunti was saying that you cut off my affection to both Yaduj and Kurus. So what does it mean? Yaduj are great devotees and Kurus means his sons Pandavas, they are also great devotees. So why was he praying like that? So he explains that her prayer was that I should not be attached to them because they are my relatives. My attachment to them should be only because they are your devotees. Because there are two types of relations he has with them. One is because they are blood relatives, another is because they are devotees. So she does not want to relate to them on the basis of blood, but only on the basis of being devotees. So if she had affection for her sons, it is not only because they are the sons, but because they are devotees of Krishna. And she wanted to make it very clear that if I have any attachment to them just because they are my sons, then please remove that. So that's what he's saying, that this Vyavaharik Sneha, this material affection, to become controlled by that, this is improper for devotees, because devotees' attachment is only to Krishna. Punyabhilashita sunyam jnana karma dinavitam anukulim Krishna anusandham. And then attachment to others is also there on the basis of attachment to Krishna, not independent. So any independent attachment, then that becomes a cause of division. That's what Prithak Buddhi means. That's what it means to have a separatist mentality. So even Lord himself was saying in third canto we read that he said, I will cut my own arm if it goes against the Brahmins. Means he does not care for his own body independently, only in relationship to devotees. So the devotee is also like that he can sacrifice anything. So just to attack the yakshas on the basis of material relation, that he says is improper. Parimsa nayamiti yadatmanam deham parag griya parag bhutam api atmatva vimanini bhritva. So he says you are accepting the body as the soul and then acting like an animal. Yatha deha sambandhena anyonyam ghananti tatha bhutanam vaisvam hinsa. So he says just like animals they attack each other because of the bodily concept of life, that's what you are doing. Sansik paragrahiyati pathe parayati nishedharthakam jivatmanam bhritva. So no difference in reading. सर्वभूतात्म भावेन भूतावासं हरिं भवान् आराध्यात्मदुराराध्यं विष्णोस्तत्परमं पदम्. Says that you are so great that you attained Lord Vishnu's abode, Dhruva planet, by worshipping and pleasing Lord Vishnu, which is very difficult to please. Lord Shiva is called Ashutosh, who is pleased very quickly, but Vishnu is not pleased so easily. Unless one becomes completely free from all anartha in the heart, there are no other desires. But he said that you were able to do that, that Lord Hari, who is situated in everyone, and who is the soul of everybody. So now how can you kill these people? Because Lord Hari is also situated in them. So it goes against your very status as a devotee. तब तो भक्तेषु Api ati shrestha is etad antam anuchitam itya. So he says that you are supreme among the devotees, therefore it is very, very improper for you to behave the way you are behaving. Sarveshu bhutesu atmana swasya bhava bhavana. Because Lord is situated in everyone, and therefore a great devotee is that who sees the presence of his own bhava in everyone, does not see others as enemies. Sarvbhutasi apasya bhagavad bhavam atmani. Sarvbhutani cha atmani. Sarvbhagavatam. So devotees seeing the presence of the Lord, is Uttam Bhagavati, topmost devotee. So how can he then kill someone? Sarpam hareranudhyatastatpumsanapi sammatah katham tvavadyam kritvan anusikshan satam vratam. He says that you are always meditating on the Lord, hareranudhyata, and you are also appreciated by the devotees. So how can you behave in this improper way and giving teachings to others? Like this, Yadi Rachati Sreshta Tattadev Vitavajana. Whatever a great person does, then he is followed by others. So your behavior is not just that you are acting like this, but you are also supposed to show to others what is the proper path followed by a saintly devotee. So if you act like this, then others will take your example, and then they will also do it. So Dhruva did like that. So you see, in different ways he is trying to pacify Dhruva. First he is taking the support of coming in a good family, and now as a devotee, and now as a teacher. So teacher is very important in society, has a very important role to play. And teaching is not so much by speaking, but as much by one's own example and behavior. The students are not only learning in the class when the teacher is giving lecture, but they also observe his or her behavior outside the class. And this has a great impact. So that's why parents also have a great role to play in upbringing the children, because they themselves behave in an improper manner and tell their sons or daughters to be proper. But the children are not stupid. They observe everything, and they understand. When I went to Faridabad last time, and his Meenakshi's son is 2.5 years old. So his Meenakshi was telling me that one day he was eating and watching TV. So his father told him that don't watch TV while eating. So he immediately said, but you are doing it. A small boy. So we think that children don't understand, but they actually are very clever. So if you want to teach them, then you have to first correct yourself. And if you cannot act properly, then don't expect that your children will act properly. So they want children to be truthful, but when someone calls, they say, okay, you tell them I'm not in the house. So the child also notices this. He also learns this. So therefore those who are in the senior position, they have a very important role to play in the society for the younger generation. Even if they are not teachers, their behavior is noticed if they are senior in the family. Even elder brother's behavior is noticed by the younger brother. and it having influence. So therefore he says that Anusikshan Satam Vratam, that you should teach others by good behavior how you have to act. So we always give examples whenever we want to prove some point, then we give examples of others. In the court, when a lawyer is arguing, then there are two ways to argue. One is that he will refer to the law itself, that the law is saying like this. But also they refer to the rulings of other courts, that so and such judge also gave a judgment like this on this particular point, and that is also accepted as good as a law. So any behavior of a senior person, it influences juniors. And if the acharan, the achar, the behavior, the conduct is not good, then it creates a very bad influence. And what to speak if some people is like a king, that his life is diagnosed by everyone. All these celebrities these days, they have reality show, so everyone is watching them. Their blogs and at Facebook and Twitter. So they have to be very careful what they write, because it influences so many people. So therefore Manu is very much concerned, because Manu is also the author of Manu Smriti, where he has given the guideline for humanity. And he is very much concerned that people should not take a wrong example. That's one of the reasons that he appeared there to correct his grandson. So therefore he said that Hare Anudhyata Anu Nirantaram Dhyatam Dhyanam Yasmin, so that you are always meditating on the Lord, and Tat Punsam Api Sammata, you are also appreciated by the devotee of the Lord. So Naradadi Namapi Kripa Patri Bhuta, you are blessed by Narada. So you have to consider all these factors. So one has to be very careful. These days the tendency is that I don't care, I don't want to repress anything, I just express myself. So some Vegas, like Ayurveda says, they have to be controlled. You have to also exercise control over some of their emotions. So then he gives a general rule that how one should behave. Says Titikshaya Karunaya Maitreya Chakiljantushu Samatvene cha Sarvatma Bhagavan Santasidati. Says that Lord is very much pleased when a person is tolerant, compassionate, friendly in all beings, and sees everyone as equal. Then Lord, who is Sarvatma, who is the Atma for everyone, then he is very pleased. So there are four things which are stated, and Vishnu Chakravarti gives explanation of that. It says Satam Vratam Evaha Mahatsu, that he gives the behavior of saintly people. Mahatsu Titikshaya, that you be tolerant with the Mahat, the great personalities. Even if they are doing something wrong or seemingly wrong, don't immediately criticize them. Our tendency is to find fault. So if someone is senior to us, our teachers, parents, then we should not immediately pick fault and start abusing. So better to exercise tolerance in that, because there are many things we may not understand. They may have some purpose which is beyond our grasp or comprehension. So better to tolerate. And nichesu karunaya, those who are less than you, so be tolerant with the superiors, and those who are junior to you, then be gracious to them. If they are doing something wrong, then you teach them, explain to them. And samesu mapli, those who are equal to you, then make friendship with them. एवं अखिल जंतुषु समत्वेन स्वतुल्य हर्ष शोक क्षुत पिपासादि मत्व सर्वभूतेषु भावनया. So then treat everyone as you will treat yourself. That means knowing that when I feel hungry, how I feel when I am troubled by hunger, when I am in distress, what it means. So similarly, when you see somebody in distress or somebody is hungry, then you also understand their mind and act appropriately. So yaduktam atmapamyena sarvatra samam pashyati yorjuna sukham va dukkham sayogi paramamata. As Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita, that one who compares others with himself, taking oneself as the standard in the matter of happiness and distress, that how it feels when there is a favorable situation, when there is an unfavorable situation. So when one starts seeing that in others also, and therefore does not act in a way which will cause pain to others, because one understands that how the same act will trouble me, then I should not do it to others. And we say that do unto others as you would like yourself to be done. So then Krishna says that he is considered as a great yogi who can act like this. This is one definition of yoga. So sarvatma iti sarvabhutesu tushyatsu bhagavatosu abhimaya. And when you can act like this, then Lord is pleased, because Lord is called Sarvatma. He is the Atma of everyone. So now if you are pleasing everyone by your good behavior, then Lord is pleased. He is the Atma of everyone. So that's why I say that Bhagavan Samprasidati, that Lord is very much pleased by such behavior. संप्रसन्ने भगवती पुरुषः प्राकृतैर्गुणैः विमुक्तो जीवनिर्मुक्तो ब्रह्म निर्वाणं रक्षति. And when Lord is pleased like this, then the person becomes free from material condition. So this is one way of becoming free from our material conditioning, material bondage, that we try to understand or empathize with others in their situation, taking ourselves as the testing ground, or with our own experience, that how I will feel if I am in the position of another person. We put ourselves in the other shoes and try to understand the mind and then act appropriately. So this way he says that the person becomes free from the material guna, the gunas of the Prakriti, and then becomes liberated and attains Brahma Nirvana. So Jivena Linga Sarirena Nirmukta. So Jiva Nirmukta means that one becomes free from the subtle body. So at the time of death we give up gross body, and when we become liberated we give up the subtle body also. Otherwise subtle body goes after the death. And you continue. So Mukti Ritva Anyatha Rupam Swarupena Vyavasthiti. Mukti means to give up Anyatha Rup, subtle and gross bodies, and be situated in one's own self. So therefore it says Jiva Nirvana means giving up this Linga Sarira, the subtle body. And then Brahma Nirvana, what does Brahma Nirvana means? So it says Brahma Nirvana has two meanings. Jnani chet saijyam, bhaktas chet adhoksha alamanakam dasyam. That is, person is following the path of Jnana, then Brahma Nirvana means Sayujya Mukti, giveness of Brahma. And if one is a devotee, then Brahma Nirvana means being a servant of the Lord. Adhokshad alambanam iha ityatra tad Brahma Nirvanam sukham vidurbhadayati prahaladokti. So, why this meaning of Brahma Nirvana is given? Because Prahlad himself says that Brahma Nirvana sukham vidurbhadayati. But he has also used a similar word for a devotee who has attained perfection. So Brahma Nirvana, although usually means Sayujya, but according to the context it can also mean attaining the position of being a servant of the Lord. Prakritai gunair vimukta aprakritaistu vishishta. So he says that a person will become free from prakrit guna. He did not say that a person will become free from the guna. So because when you use an adjective, then adjective is used to distinguish one thing from the other. If you say bring hot milk or bring cold water, then obviously you are saying that don't bring hot water or cold milk. You are separating hot milk from cold and hot water from cold water. If you simply say bring water, then you bring water. It could be hot, it could be cold. So by saying that the person becomes free from prakrit guna, he makes a point. This means he does not become free from aprakrit guna. Only from the prakrit gunas, only from the material gunas he becomes free, and he remains with the aprakrit, transcendental qualities. So that means, that's why he said that the meaning is of a devotee, because in Brahma Sayujya, in impersonal liberation, there are no aprakrit guna. There is no guna, it is nirguna. It is free from any form or qualities. So this prakrit guna also indicates that Dhruva here actually means Brahma Nirvana as becoming a devotee of the Lord. That's the point he is making. So these are the instructions of Manu. He will still continue. And then of course Dhruva, he will stop after he hears his preaching. So we'll read the rest tomorrow.
You said there are two paths, the path of light and of darkness, and those who follow the path of light, they go beyond the sun. And then you said those who follow the path of darkness, or what was that? Where did you
They go to moon, heaven.
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, and they were coming back. But who are these people? What is this? What is this?
Go to sun and the sannyasis.
But you
Or
said,
devotees can also go if they want to go by following Kram Mukti, gradual liberation. You can become liberated immediately after death, or you have a desire that you want to travel to these planets and then get liberation. Little bit of sightseeing. One is that you just go to your destination, you are not interested in anything on the way, and another is that you also want to see on the way.
but this sightseeing ends where?
Then you go to Vaikuntha after that.
That's also that place. Okay.
If you are following the path of Kram Mukti. But there are also people who can go to Satyaloka and they are not on the path of liberation. So they have to come back. Means By yoga also you can go there. So it actually all depends on the sankalpa in the path. So that's why he was saying that these people who are killed by Dhruva, although they go to Satyaloka, and general understanding is that those people who go to Satyaloka, they become liberated along with Brahma. But it is not always the case. There are also people who come down from there. As Sri Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita, Abrahma Bhumna Loka Punaravartana, that all the planets up to Brahma Loka are the places of return. So that means even from Brahma Loka, Satyaloka, Brahma Loka is same. From there also you have to come back if you are not a devotee. So non-devotees have to come down from there.
So about this killing unnecessarily all these innocent people,
They got benefit.
they got
They got to Satyaloka. Now they were only in this little loka here, in the cold Himalayas. They went to Brahmaloka, so they got benefit.
It's okay, but there is no
Little pain, but nice benefit.
question was like more asking about the being without mercy or being cruel. There is never a time where a devotee can display this type of feelings.
Yeah, usually devotees don't do. Even when they get angry, their anger is also a blessing. You see in case of Narada Muni, he got angry at Nalankova. That anger was also a blessing in disguise. Because they cannot do anything which is harmful. See, devotee, once there is a perfected devotee, and there is nothing wrong which can happen from him. Such a platform.
Even when a person realizes,
Yes. So just as God, there is nothing wrong he can do. Whether he kills or he blesses, both are blessing. This is the meaning of absolute. The meaning of being on the absolute platform. And they are free from the duality. So they even something which looks like an anger, and then that is also a blessing, and blessing is a blessing. That's the meaning of free from duality. Otherwise, blessing and anger are two different things. So they also may manifest emotions which appear like material emotions, but even those material looking emotions are spiritual and give spiritual benefit.
When these people are coming back from Satyaloka, they come back as devotees?
No, they will become devotee. Because they got the arrow from a devotee. They also got good association there. Brahma, instead of just hanging with these ghosts, bhoot pisach. So they also got sadhu sangha. Nice people only go to Satyaloka. So in that association they will change.
And this way his killing was good,
Yes.
right? In other words, this, like you said, behind, there must be something behind his anger, excessive anger, right?
So this is also God's plan that He wanted these people. So now they must have done something to get out of this cold region.
That abode of Kubera is the same place we heard about Lord Shiva's abode in Kailash.
That abode of?
Remember we heard the description of Kailash,
Yeah.
and Kubera also lived nearby.
Yeah.
So this is the same Alkapuri.
Alkapuri. Actually Alkapuri is the capital of Kubera.
Kubera.
Yes.
So these yakshas came from that same place,
Yeah. And Shiva is a friend.
of Kubera.
Kubera is friend of Shiva. Because Shiva does not have what we say Kailash. So Kailash is like northeast and Alkapura is north. He is in charge of the north direction. Kubera is also a Lokpal. There is one deity in charge of one direction. There are 8 directions, so there are 8 Lokpalas. 4 directions and 4 in between. So Shiva is in the northeast and Kubera is in the north. And they are supposed to be friends. It will also come later. Kubera will also appear there. And there he is called as a friend. So that's why Manu will say that you should know that these are all servants of Yaksha, who is a friend of Shiva. And Shiva is a great devotee, so this is how you are committing an offense. By offending him. So this offense thing is again coming. We learned this in the story of Daksha and before in the story of the Kumaras. This is a very important topic in Bhagavatam. Because this is one very big obstacle on the path of bhakti. So it can happen in a very subtle manner. And this is the subtlety that Yakshas, they are servants of Kubera, who is a friend of Shiva, who is a great devotee. So even offending them leads to some offense. Because if Kubera is not happy, then this will also reflect in Shiva. He will also not be happy because he is his friend. And Kubera is not happy because his servants are being killed. So therefore a devotee has to be very careful about that. So this point will be raised subtly later.
But this Yaksha that killed the brother of
Dhruva.
Dhruva, he was actually offending devotee. But
So
then
that's
he
when,
brought,
that's when they got the reaction.
so they got a blessing from this.
Yeah, of course, here because devotees are there, so sometimes when devotees curse each other, it turns also blessing in disguise. Because both are devotees, so what can you do? You cannot harm. It's like Vishnu cannot harm anybody.
It's just the Leela.
Yes. It's a Leela for us to teach, to give us teachings basically. We are the one who have to learn from this. The stories are put up here in Bhagavatam. They are very methodical and scientifically. How these stories are there. If you analyze them from bhakti point of view. So they are giving a very nice teaching to us. Because we are the practicing ones. We have to practice. So to teach us how we have to live with, because we have to live with devotees and also with non-devotees. So how to behave in different circumstances will come. So like this circumstances came, Dhruva's brother is killed, on the other side Yakshas are there, they are also servant of Kubera, who is a friend of Shiva. So what is to be done in this case? Now we learn that we should not kill them. So this will also become, this is the teaching for us. And this teaching will come only if he has acted like this. And this point becomes very explicit. So no harm comes to Dhruva, because he is already a perfected devotee. But the point is made for us. So that's why the stories, they carry also this subtle message like sometimes people wonder maybe how to read these stories. Yeah, if one is perfected devotee, then one can just relish Krishna's pastimes. But if we are not, then it's very important to know these things. Because bhakti means to do anupama, to do a pleasurable act for God, right? That's the heart of bhakti. So we have to know what is pleasurable and what is not pleasurable. Both have to be known. You may think you are doing a pleasurable act, but it may be displeasing. So then you have to understand the psychology of devotees and also psychology of God Himself. Because we are trying to please Krishna, and you have to understand His mind. That's not easy. What pleases Him and what displeases Him. So the stories therefore are teaching us that. So it's a great study of the mind, devotee's mind, how it works.
Treating everyone as we want to be treated, and coupling that with also treating non-devotees with the word indifference. So I'm trying to rectify those two things.
Well, at least when you say non-devotees, then try to understand their mind and you don't trouble them because they are ignorant. So we should also understand that why they are behaving the way they are behaving. Because they are in ignorance. So we should not unnecessarily cause trouble to them. So this idea when you said that somebody is junior to you or inferior to you, be compassionate. So this is the meaning of being compassionate. Being equal here means also seeing this point of view. Being equal is not just seeing from pleasure and pain. Pleasure and pain is that don't do something which is going to make that person feel painful. It's an activity. As you feel pain, they also feel pain. But then more than that is if you can help them. So then that is very pleasing to them.
But most of times, Babaji, when I realize this is when the Muslims, because I have a lot of to do with these Muslim people together, in my face they are saying, oh, it's good to believe Allah, and I say then I believe Krishna and this, and on my back, my daughter hear this, they're saying that I'm not good doing this good like this. My daughter get then so angry to this person. I said, don't angry, let leave her, say what she said. I didn't care about it. But then in my heart, and I was thinking, why she's talking on my back like this, When she's with me, she's saying, oh, this is good to pray or to believe to God, like this, How should I,
Well, you have to understand their mind. That's what I'm saying, that they are ignorant. Their understanding is that only Allah is God.
yeah.
And there is nothing more they can understand from that. And they cannot understand that Krishna is also Allah. Allah and Krishna are not two separate beings. There is only one God.
Yeah.
Right? But they cannot understand this. So you have to deal with them. You said, yes, I also believe in Allah. You don't have to bring Krishna into it.
Yeah.
So then they will not criticize you. You say, yes, I believe
In my
Allah.
face,
I
in
pray
my
to
face,
Allah.
they are not criticizing me. They are saying, oh, it's very good and this, and then only
Then
my
don't
daughter
bother.
said to me like this.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
See, that idea of, do we also want to then not unnecessarily help, let's say, those who are negative associations? That's
If they are not willing to take help, then you just avoid them. You are too much negative and be indifferent. You are not upset, angry or envious or not. Just be indifferent. Avoid them. Why you have to? They are ignorant and they are not willing to understand. They have no desire. So just leave them alone.